Hello, how you guys doing? My name is Ami. They call me Ami Love, and this video applies to the people that has the Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn, or Ascendant in Capricorn. Okay, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the video. Thanks for commenting on my video. Okay, so I finally going to start because my friends asked me to do these horoscopes in English, so I'm gonna start doing the horoscopes also in English, so I can share with my friends that speak the language. So this month, Capricorn, the sun is illuminating your house, your priorities, your partnerships as well, your everything that is concerned about your motives, your career, your life direction is very important at this moment. So we know Happy New Year. We know we're starting a new year, so you'll be with Mercury retrograde on your sign, you'll be assessing your, trying to get more insights about your life direction, life path, career, and about your partnerships and relationships. So as the new year starts, you'll be illuminating this area. So you'll take time, you'll be pondering alternatives about the career that you like to take, your path. It will be, you'll be a little bit confused. Everyone is a little confused about any matter, any decision that we have to take, and within the next months or right now at this moment, because Mercury retrograde does that. Everybody's kind of confused, and we're not sure about what direction and or about how things are at the moment, and there's a little bit confusion in the communications with people, with your partners, and with what is the direction you really want to go. I know you're under a transformation because Pluto is in your sign, so you've been under a big transformation for many years in these areas, your career and your partnerships. And at this moment I see you have Mars in Scorpio, which rules groups and your circle of friends, gatherings, events, and it can affect your romance. So there is, it's possible with Mercury retrograde, there's a possibly a romance you trying to at this moment you are analyzing this romance. It could be a romance from the past that came back into your life in this, within the holidays, the last weeks of December, and this period lasts, this transition, this transit of the sun in Capricorn and Mercury in your sign in Capricorn. It will be bringing your focus into this romance, this reconnection that is has been with an ex partner, its romance, with the romance. Okay, so it will be your focus until will be your main focus, but for until the 21st, it will be, things are going to be flowing in this romance with you and this person. Possibly this person will become your focus also at this time. So you're really trying to figure out if things are working with this person, if this is the person you want to stick with, if you want to start any kind of partnership with this person or relationship with this person, if there's a person that came back into your life, if you reconnected with your ex. Okay, this month will be a month of revaluation. Okay, analyzing where you guys are connected, still connected, and if you guys are can support each other in the life, in your life path, in the path of life, in a kind of partnership. Okay, so take this month to analyze where this person stands and where you stand, and try to weigh things, okay? Don't make any decision during this month. It will be a month of introspection and reevaluation. And also, you start a new cycle because your birthday could have been a few weeks ago or is going to be. So you are closing some kind of cycles with friendships, with circles that you used to hang around. No more this circle you might experience that you came back into the circles, and that your perspective is different. It's a little bit different now. It's more you gaining insight, you're becoming more mature, okay, and trying to apply more discipline into your life right now. So you might experience some reconnections with this circle that you used to hang around, and it's an opportunity for you to understand where you at intellectually and emotionally, okay? So as well, also it plays with with this person, with this reconnection of your ex. You have an opportunity to evaluate if you guys are in the same page, okay? So this month will be for that, to weigh things out and to have conversations so you can figure out if this is the person you want to stick with, okay? So don't take anything serious, or do not sign any contracts, any paper. Don't get married, or don't run into a partnership with this person. Don't run into moving with this person and start something, because I see you would like to start something. There's likely for you to start a romance, and you could be intimating with this person. There's something emotionally and romantically that it's gonna start. But with Mercury retrograde, it's in an evaluation period. This is I don't think this is something. It will have a lot of ups and downs. If you get back with this person, you'll see within the next months it will have a lot of ups and downs, and probably will not. It will be hard to cope with this person. It will be hard to team up with this person, and we know. We're talking about teams. When you partner with a person, when you enter a romance, it's very, it will be very positive if the person, it's necessary that the person is like a team player. It's like it becomes a partnership, a life partnership. So you have to observe and gain insight and wisdom to gain perspective to see, where this person is at in her life and where you are in your life, okay? So what else? And everything that has to do with media also, with Mercury retrograde, it's time to go back to those projects that you left behind and try to tackle them and re-edit, restructure any plan that you have to process, to bring strategies, to your career and any publishing and media work that you're doing. It's time to revamp and re-edit and restructure your strategies and these projects that you have that has to do with media, okay, with internet media, web pages, graphic design, and all this matters. It's time just to do those touches, evaluate and gain some more information. Look for information to see how can you improve your strategy and your plans. You probably had few plans, and you notice that you had to there's a need to take those plans in a new direction because you're gaining perspective and knowledge. There's some information, new information that's coming your way, and also information that you didn't notice until now. So there's some information that you're going to realize. There's going to be some realizations, okay, of your soul, because you're growing and you're going through a transformation, okay? So now when you come back to these projects, you're going to kind of tackle and take them in a different way, in a new direction, whole new direction, okay? So take this time, January, to work on that, tackle all those projects, media projects and stuff. Okay, don't make any long-term decision, don't sign any contract that will commit you to something, to a long term, because it's not time to make any decisions like that. Leave, push those decisions to February, where when you will see things clearer. Okay, so what else? You've been through any some kind of transformations also in your psyche, your psychology. You're asked to look at things, at life, at things with a different perspective. You're gaining perspective because you're being influenced with other cultures. You're being influenced probably our, through TV programs as well. If you watch a lot of TV, there's probably um, some sitcoms you're watching, some programs that you're watching that are transforming your view, and you're learning about some cultures, maybe reading some biographies. So you are focused in broadening your horizons, broadening your perspective. Maybe the way you used to do things are no longer working for you, or no longer working in society or in the new public or clients you're trying to assess. So you need to gain new perspective about how to do things, how to promote yourself, how to how to project yourself. You need to gain more perspective and revamp maybe your image, so you can, be on style, and all of this matters. So in January you'll be, gaining all this information and applying it within the next weeks. Okay, so there's gonna be a new image of you. Okay, so more mature also. I know you're very mature, and you take things seriously, and you are patient. I know you are patient when you you take your time into making your decisions. And well, you'll be let's see, so you'll be analyzing and really focus on what it is that you have to change in your life. Maybe cutting some habits. Okay, there's some habits also. It could be mental habits, the way you think. Okay, it's very important right now also. Yeah, the way you think, and the way you communicate, the way you use your words is very important. You got Neptune in Pisces, so Pisces rules your third house of communication. So it's very important that you come across with a positive message. It's very important what your message is, your style on communications. I see there's a need to bring healing and transformation in the way you think, and in the way you speak, the way you use the written word is very important. Okay, if you're trying to deliver a message, through your image, through your manners, it's very important what you're saying, what people are seeing in you. With your fashion speaks, the way you speak, the words you use, the way you think, and the way you learn, the way you analyze things. It's very important you learn about these other cultures and these other religions, so you can grow in perspective about things. So there's some paradigms and some structures that you grew up with, that it needs to go, it needs to heal. You need to let those crumble and renew, reborn. You got the planet of transformation in your sign, your first house. So there's a need with the sun in that first house. There's a need to reborn. There's a need to let out, unleash the child, and be more creative. There's a need to get in touch with the groups and the movements, the consciousness movements right now. So you learn about what they like. You learn about what they like, so you can sell your products, so you can sell yourself. So you have to know what are the tendencies of these groups, of these yeah, groups. I see this community, this groups. You might need to reconnect with this community and offer your services, or just, yeah, or volunteer, so you can join forces and be around these people, these youngsters or these groups, and leave the past behind. Maybe you have to leave an old group of friends and circles, and you need to start a new life, so you can learn about what's new, what's coming, what's it, okay, what's fashion. You need to learn all this, or all this market, so you can figure out and give the details, work on details for your strategy, okay? And what else? Woohoo! Then we're gonna have a new moon on your sign on Capricorn on January 9th. So there's gonna be an opportunity for you to something about related to your career and the way you project yourself, okay? So around the 9th, a few days before, a few days later, you're gonna hear about an opportunity, possibly an opportunity that maybe before you were interested in this opportunity might come back to your life, because Mercury is the planet of communication, and it's in your sign. So there is an opportunity, and it could be a totally new opportunity for you, where you are going to study this opportunity, ponder it, and do not sign just yet. But there's an opportunity in your career where you're gonna express your uniqueness, your authenticity, and your new ways of thinking, and seeing life. There's going to be an opportunity for you. It could be in media, within art and fashion, and everything that has to do with publishing. It's lit for you. And then the sun will enter on the 21st. The sun will enter Aquarius. So this is going to be a time for you to focus on your priorities. Probably you have to again reorder your priorities and work on your priorities from now on, since you're gaining more perspective and you know what's up, you know what's good, you know what's going on, you understand what's good for you, what's better for your health, because you're closing bad habits, you're bringing healing into your life. So your priorities, most likely they will change from the 21st on, okay? So there's going to be a change in your priorities. If you're like entering this relationship, probably that relationship could become a priority for you, or it is a time that I see, and it could be an ending, on the 21st on. Let's see, yes, it could be a time where you'll know where this relationship is. If you are in a relationship that is toxic for you and it's no longer working, okay, it's not letting you grow, it's not letting you expand. So this relationship around the 21st of January and on, it could be coming into an ending. So you probably hook up with a person from the past for an ending, so you understand where you at and where the person is at, and that you can no longer be in a team, okay? So it will be an ending. It's possibly an ending. Also, you'll be if you're entering a relationship, and the relationship is good, you're probably talking about resources on from January 21st on. You'll be thinking about resources, possibly to fund a project, to fund to fund your dreams, your project. So it's a time where you're going to, I see where you're gonna assess, maybe knock some doors, of some agencies, some foundations, government agencies that are probably interested on your talents and on your whatever you have to sell, whatever you have to propose. Okay, so from January 21st on, it will be a good time, so you can submit those proposals. Okay, so you'll be working on those proposals, okay? writing, re-editing, da da da, and then you'll submit those proposals, because I see there's some money you're trying to, some funds you're trying to get, or some inversionists, investors, no, investors that you're trying, my English very well. So investors are trying to assess, trying to contact, okay, maybe you have some problems contacting these VIPs and these people that has this money, and there's going to be some delays, expect some delays with Mercury retrograde, but you be able to do it so within the next upcoming weeks. So it will be time to submit those proposals and knock those doors, okay, and contact and get the respond from those VIPs you've been trying to contact, okay. Everybody right now is very busy trying to get ahead, and everybody spend a lot of money, so February is a better month to access that money, those funds that you need, okay, and promote your funding page, if you're on GoFundMe and all those pages, Kickstarter projects, it will be a good month to publish it and get the funding that you need for your project, okay. And so Venus in Sagittarius, there's some romance, like I say, you are evaluating this romance. That's why you're keeping this romance on a down low. You're trying to keep it private because you don't know, you're not sure, and the other part, your partner might be okay with it or might not be very comfortable, but I understand you're trying to keep it on private because you're not sure yet. So this person is under evaluation, okay. You got this person on the eye, on the look. Okay, so this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna stay there until you are confident about the relationship, probably at the around the last week of January and February. This person could become your official, your girlfriend and or your boyfriend, okay. That will be in February. It will be good to make that decision and to figure out if this is the person, okay. So for right now, keep the things, under the radar, and just keep, interacting with this person, so you understand things about this person's psychology, and as well, and you can share your truth with this other person, because there's some truth and issues probably from the past that this person probably not know and or understand. So you guys need to be honest from the beginning, okay. Make sure you communicate correctly, make sure you communicate your truth, and you let this person know where you at the moment, okay. So you avoid future complications and misunderstandings, okay. And so in January 24th and 25th, you'll see a full moon. If you look to the sky, you'll see a full moon on the 24th and the 25th, because the full moon is going to be on the last hours of the 24th turning into 25th. So there's going to be a full moon in Leo, and Leo is your house of your resources, the funds you're trying to assess, and your intimacy. So use protection if there's a new person, you don't know this person. It's very important that you use protection with this person, because you gotta take care of your, you can probably get something, sick from interacting sexually, so you don't want to get any disease that comes through that, through interacting, to having intimacy, to being intimate with a person, so you gotta protect yourself, okay, because you don't know, it could be a person that goes to the church and looks like a good girl, a good guy, very proper, but you don't know where this person has been, or the person that, that this other person trusted, it's been. So, don't blame this person, but the person she was or he was interacting with, look or did something, and you gotta protect yourself. That's what I'm saying. Protect yourself, and something that has to do with the truth, I said again, around this full moon, the 24th, 25th, could be revealed. So it's very important you speak your truth, you ask for the truth, you open communications for the truth. There's some things you need to address with an old flame. It's good time to use this full moon to open up for the truth and speak your truth. Okay. Also, it's gonna be a good time for for you too, for to be intimate. It's gonna be your libido is gonna be on, it's gonna be on fire. This full moon is in Leo, so be careful you don't get this person pregnant. Okay, so that's why I'm saying protect yourself. If the relationship is a new relationship or is unstable, and you don't want a kid right now, it's very important you protect yourself because you can get this person pregnant. Okay. Also, if the relationship is not working and you already figure out around these days of the full moon, 4 days before, 4 days after, you'll see that the relationship, it can come to an end. If maybe it was a romance for the holidays, but the relationship will come to an end because you'll see you're no longer compatible intellectually. Okay, and emotionally, because the eighth house, it's about your creativity, the way you express yourself, your the deep, your psychology. So you'll see there's something, some habit, or the person will see in you, or you'll see in the person. So it will be revealed. If there's some issues in the psychology of the person, around those days will be revealed. Maybe the person will be, your partner will see a behavior that you have, or you see a behavior in this person that you would not like. Okay, so be aware, be alert around the full moon, around on January 24th, 25th. Then yes, yeah, and yeah, that's how about it. But there's a chance for a new romance. There is a chance for romance. For cheeky cheeky, you'll have your sex life. Will be more juicy and active because you got the sun is entering Aquarius, and the sun is gonna pour energy into your eighth house. So there's a romance. You just gotta protect, do things right, evaluate things, be realistic about things. Okay, do not jump into any conclusion. Do not jump into any moving, or setting anything in stone just yet. But there is gonna be sexual activity and romance in your life. Okay, with a person. Okay, and it's probably Annette, and yeah, I think it's probably Annette or someone you know. It seems that it could be someone you know, or Annette, or a friend, a friend, lover, friend with benefits. Okay, so just protect yourself, and yeah, so that's how about it. Let's see, Jupiter and the North Node, it's in Virgo, so this is positive energy for you. So your spirituality, I said it already, your spirituality is growing, you're getting more insights, and anything that has to do with publishing, with promoting yourself, your ideas, your project is very important right now. You're just revamping and tackling whatever you have to tackle. So Jupiter is giving you an opportunity, it's expanding yourself until the end of the summer. You got Jupiter on the ninth house, which rules publicity, media, TV, and export, import, anything that has to do with that, anything that has to do with traveling. I see you wanting, maybe planning to travel abroad. So you already might be traveling right now because it's in good, the sun in Capricorn, it's and Jupiter and Virgo, they're both earth signs, so it's like it's a trine and it's positive energy. So you probably on a long trip or planning a long trip. Possibly you might be interested in traveling with your partner or with friends around May, around end of April, May, something will pop up, or maybe you'll see something, some advertisement about a long trip, you might want to do and start budgeting right now. So, it's possible that if you're with somebody right now, and it's possible, or it's possible that you might be planning this trip with this person, but it could be, things might go awry, and you might end up going solo, and if you end up going solo, if you end up breaking up with this person, you might meet someone new during this trip, or someone that is going to go in the group. So if you hear about a long trip or a trip somewhere just to have fun somewhere, a park or any kind of adventure, hobbies, it will be good. You'll meet somebody new. So if you're going through a breakup right now, don't be sad, because there's going to be, in the months ahead, you're going to have an opportunity to meet someone that it's more in harmony with you, with your mind, okay, with your aspirations and your goals, okay. So you're just entering a new cycle, you're just closing all cycles and entering, a new cycle in your life, okay. So yeah, so your life direction is changing, and possibly your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend is changing too, it's about to change, okay. So all right, my Capricorns, if you want to go, well, thanks for liking, subscribing, and leaving comments. It's the first time I started to do the horoscopes in English. I do it for my friends, but everybody's welcome. It's awesome. It's venturing myself, it's a challenge for me, but it's amazing because I need to practice this. So it's amazing, and welcome to my page, and thanks for everything. I bless you, and I hope you the best. You will figure things out by the end of January, February, okay? So keep working on it patiently. Apply the discipline that you know to apply, and take your time to read any instructions, manuals, and all that. Be patient during this month with all types of paperwork you have to do, and all this re-editing and editing and all this that you might have to learn, okay, or relearn, okay. Well, have a good one. Namaste and much love, love, love. Pa, 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 pa. Ciao, ciao.